Detective Samuel Hargrove had seen his share of death. Overdoses in cheap motels, jealous lovers with bloodied hands, suicides that were anything but. But the case of Evelyn Marek was different. She'd vanished from her country home in the small town of Briar Hollow, leaving behind a locked door, a half-eaten dinner, and a whisper on the wind that locals swore they could still hear. "He is in the walls." Hargrove arrived at the house just before sunset. It was a crooked two-story thing, its white paint grayed by time. The shutters hung loose, the porch sagged. Yet something about it felt alive, as if it were holding its breath, waiting for him to enter. Sheriff Danner met him by the gate. She lived alone, the sheriff said, no sign of forced entry. Neighbors say she'd been complaining about noises for weeks. Scratching, whispering, things moving on their own. Rats? Hargrove asked. Maybe. But rats don't talk, detective. Inside, the air was cold and thick, the kind that clung to your lungs. Evelyn's dining table was set for two, a glass of wine half empty, the other untouched. A single candle had burned itself to a stub. "Someone was here?" Hargrove murmured. "Or she thought someone was," Danner replied. "We found her phone upstairs. Last call was to her sister at 10:43 p.m. She said, 'He's here. He's in the walls.' Then the line went dead." Hargrove felt the prickle of unease at the back of his neck. He examined the walls, faded wallpaper, small cracks, nothing unusual. But when he pressed his ear to one section, he thought he heard something faint, a murmur, like breath through a pipe. The next day, Hargrove returned alone. He brought his recorder, flashlight, and a crowbar. He began with the basement. The air was damp and sour. Rusted tools hung from the ceiling. A row of old photographs lined the wall. Evelyn as a child, her parents, and one that caught his eye, a young man in a military uniform, standing beside Evelyn with his arm around her. On the back, a date, 1984. Name, Peter Marek, her husband. Danner's report had said Peter Marek died in a car accident 20 years ago. So why did the photo look new? A creak echoed above. Hargrove climbed the stairs, flashlight slicing through the dark. In the hallway, a narrow door stood ajar. The attic. He hesitated. The whispering had grown louder. It was like someone murmuring his name. "Sam." He swallowed hard and pushed the door open. The attic was filled with old trunks, cobwebs, and dust that danced in the beam of his flashlight. Then he saw it, a section of wall that bulged slightly, as if the wood itself was swollen from within. He tapped it, hollow. He pried it open. Inside, a cavity no wider than a man's shoulders, and a stench that hit him like rotten mold. His light caught something pale. A hand. He staggered back, heart pounding. The hand was skeletal, but it was clutching something, a piece of fabric, torn and faded. A police badge. His badge. Hargrove froze. He didn't own that badge, not yet. The number on it was the one he'd be issued next month, when his promotion became official. He backed away, shaking his head. "What the hell?" A voice whispered from behind him. "Found me, didn't you?" He spun around, and there she was. Evelyn Marek, or what was left of her. Her face was pale, eyes sunken, hair tangled like seaweed. But her smile, it was almost tender. "I told them someone was in the walls," she said softly. "They didn't believe me." Hargrove stumbled backward toward the stairs. "You're dead," he said. You disappeared." She tilted her head. "Disappeared? No, I was taken. Just like you will be," and then she was gone, vanished into the shadows. When Hargrove woke, he was on the floor of the living room, the morning light filtering weakly through the curtains. His head throbbed. The door was wide open, the sheriff's car in the driveway. Danner burst in. "Christ, Hargrove, what happened?" Hargrove sat up slowly. There's a body in the walls, the attic. You need to see." But when they went upstairs, the cavity was gone. The wall was smooth, solid, no hole. No body. No smell. Only dust. Danner frowned. "You sure you didn't hit your head?" "I saw it, Sheriff. A hand. A badge." "Your badge?"